Welcome to yet another episode of Mr. Vamos Dissects. As usual, the spot that we're in is Calabas Bar, Restaurant, Grill, and Lodging, Chanja, right below the local. For most of you who know the local, border stage, take a stop on the border stage, take a left on the T junction, look on the left, and then you'll have that spot for you. Anything you want in regards to parties, accommodation, meals, those guys have you covered. Yeah, that's our location today, as usual. And then today I didn't come alone. I came with the bad man, Mugera Nick, fresh from putting pen to paper. I don't know if he's going to give us some sign on fee money, but yeah, maybe he can tell us about himself in a bit and then we dissect.
Yeah, Vamos, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Mugera Nick, and happy to be here, Mr. Vamos. Mr. Vamos Dissects gave me a call and he told me, I need you on analysis. So here we are. Let's do something nice for the people.
Sure. I thought you were going to probably say, now let's just put in some money in the channel because so you putting pen to paper
No.
yesterday, but I think
Hey.
we'll slash that money when we start. So for those of you who are new on the channel, again, we are basically talking about football on here, analysis, what's going on in Europe, Africa, and Uganda, because we're actually shooting from Uganda. For most of you who don't know, I was checking the analytics the other day, and we have guys from UK, USA, Ghana, Nigeria. Shout outs to you guys. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. If you want to come through on set and also give us what you think, it's also covered. You just hit me up and then we see how that goes about. Well, today we're going to be talking about the transfer window. It's been very, very crazy transfer window. I don't know, very many guys have been talking about how the Jokeres thing. They've been talking about Liverpool putting in a lot of money. I think Liverpool is the new blood money. Alexander Isaac is now demanding, I think, 172 million inside there. They've already bought a striker. So we want to understand, how is this transfer window going? We didn't think about anyone better to do this episode with us because I think you've been following up on how the transfers are moving and
True.
maybe what you expect from these teams going forward. Because I think by the time these teams are increasing some of the players in their squads, it means that they're cooking something in there. So I don't know, what do you think about this window as it's coming through? Yeah.
Personally, for me, I think this window has been an interesting one.
Yeah, sure.
I think for some reason we've had more purchases than from the teams from when I compare from like 2023, 2024, 2025,
Yeah.
even 2022. I've not seen teams buy as many people as this in one window.
Yeah.
And it's just July, so we expect more signings. We expect people to buy. We've seen teams. I normally follow a number of teams. As you can see, I'm putting on Man City, so I follow City a lot.
So you're among the 5% Man City fans in
I wouldn't
Uganda.
say
Yeah?
I'm a Man City fan, but I follow Manchester City a lot because
Okay.
it plays good football. I like good football. I follow Tottenham Hotspurs. You've
Okay.
seen me make a lot of analysis about Tottenham.
Yeah.
I follow Barcelona, so I'm into good football.
Sure.
And I wouldn't say that I do not watch the games. I do not watch United or Arsenal. I watch the games.
Yeah.
I follow up. I know how Chelsea plays. I know how the teams play. So I would want to think that for this window, teams have done a lot of business, except maybe for Manchester United, which hasn't yet really purchased people in the positions that you think they would purchase.
True.
But we are still in July, so there is a lot of time till 31st August or 1st September. So we are going to have a lot of drama, and I think teams are making it work. So next season, we expect better football than last season.
Sure. So there's, I think the transfer that blew the window, I think towards the end of last week, was the Victor Jokeres deal. I want to believe that that is a transfer that Arsenal has been needing as a striker. They've been needing someone who is actually going to put in goals. And I don't know what you think about this transfer, because personally I believe that because Arsenal has been being hoodwinked by players like Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz and the likes, I think when they get someone that actually plays number 9, then they might be in the business. I'm not really sure about how he adjusts and adapts into the Premier League. I don't know. What do you think about that one majorly?
Yeah, so for me, Victor Gyökeres is a very decent signing for me.
Yeah.
I think he's a good footballer. Take away all that stuff that he cannot play in tight spaces, he cannot do that. No, he's a good footballer. He can score the goals. As a forward, the primary role is to score the goals, and that's what he does. He has done that. He has scored so many goals. He has been fighting with Mbappe, and I think, was it Lewa, for the person who has scored the most goals in Europe. So that says something about him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you think you out there were good enough to score those goals, you'd at least score them somewhere. Or maybe here in your alumni league, you'd score 50 goals in a year, but you don't do that. So that says a lot about someone who can come and score 53 goals in a season. That's a lot of goals. Not even the best striker, not even Isak that you're talking about has scored those goals. Not
172 million.
Not even strikers in the smaller leagues. Maybe like if you go to like the Eredivisie, or maybe you go to like the French league. No one has scored those goals, so it says a lot about him. I think he's people are talking about adapting, coming into a more physical league, coming into a league that's demanding, coming into a league that doesn't give you a lot of space. I think it's going to be more about his ability to adapt to the new environment mentally, because football is mental.
Yeah, true.
Because if he cannot perform in an environment whereby his mental state is down, he's not going to perform eventually, whether you give him acres of space. Jackson normally has a lot of space. We say the Premier League doesn't have space, but Jackson runs in behind, has the one-on-ones, but he doesn't score. So I think it's down to him. His mind is in a team that creates so many chances. Arsenal does create so many chances. True. So even if he doesn't have a lot of space, at least he will have a cross by Saka to nod in, or maybe he will have a through ball by Odegaard for him to pounce on and see what can happen. So I think Victor Gyökeres is a decent signing for Arsenal. He's going to eliminate that absence of a box threat person.
Yeah.
You know, they've had Havertz and he has been doing the false nine role, coming in here and there. He heads the ball, he does this, but he's not that person that you're going to go into a game scared of. When Mr. Vamos brings his United side and they're like, okay, we're playing Arsenal, whom are we scared of? I don't think anybody's going to come and say, you know what, we are scared of Havertz. Havertz or something like that. So Gyökeres comes in like a Haaland kind of figure. I'm not saying he's going to deliver like Haaland, but I'm saying he's coming in as a name that at the back of your mind, you know, there's this person. You know those people whereby you're coming into a game and you're like, man, we have to mark this guy. So most of the times you see 2 or 3 defenders on him all the time, moving with him, man marking. So if you're going into a game against an opponent and they're already preparing to man mark one of your players, that means that you're already playing like 10 men. You're playing 10 men or you're playing 9 men because they're taking off one person. So I think Gyökeres is that player who is going to deliver. I think he's going to thrive. That's my own opinion. I think he's going to thrive, provided he mentally comes in and adjusts to the situation. The fans have their own expectations. The team has its own expectations, manager. But I think he'll come in, settle, and score those goals. So as long as he's, we call it being mentally locked in, and as long as he doesn't give in to the pressure that people are going to bring in, oh, you know, we want 20 goals, your Gyökeres, we've signed you for 70 million. No. As long as he comes in and he knows that I've come to score for a team that doesn't score a lot from their number 9s, and it has been a trend over time. Arsenal has not been a team of number 9s. It has been a team of wingers, people coming in, dating back to the Henrys and all of them. They've been playing with wingers all through the time of Sanchez, all through the time of Walcott.
The last time I think they had the 9 was, I don't remember anyone after Van Persie.
Maybe Van Persie.
I don't remember anyone after
There's no one after Van Persie, honestly.
Actually sat in the hall.
Olivier Giroud came and he did what he did. You all know what he did. Title winning season, where Arsenal had to win that Leicester City season. He went 9 games without scoring. So you can imagine that's your target man, and you're having a run between January and around March, and your target man is not scoring. So that says a lot about that person. So Arsenal has been a team of wingers and creative midfielders, number 10s, wingers scoring in the goals. So I think now that they have a 9, the excuses will be fewer, but I do not really see him scoring like so many goals, like 30 goals. No.
So like how many goals do you think he will score in his first season?
I think his first season, he's going
double figures?
He's going to raise double figures, definitely. Unless he gets
all competitions, Premier League.
Premier League, he's going to raise double figures, and he'll I think he's going to have like 12, 13, 15 goals. Okay, let me call it 15. 15 goals for Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal.
Noted. So now that we begin from Arsenal, so you know, I noticed Arsenal has bought a player in every position.
True.
Bought a goalkeeper. Kepa caught a few penalties the other day.
Bought
a defender. Is it Mosquera? I don't really know about this kid.
Christian Mosquera from Valencia,
I think. They bought a midfielder, Zubimendi. I probably think one of the best players in Spain over the years in that midfield position. I think he even deputized for Rodri in the tournament they were playing again when Rodri got the injury and he came through.
Oh, that was the Euro.
He came through in the Euros and he actually put parities at that midfield.
He also played well in the recently concluded Nations League.
Where
they lost to Portugal eventually, but he played well.
And then
France.
On the wing again, I think they bought this Chelsea kid. what's his name again?
Noni Madueke.
Noni Madueke, a signing that guys are still wondering. You have Mwaneri, then you put on a Madueke,
Madueke.
then there's Saka. Of course, Saka is the first one on any starting lineup. He has to be there.
Yeah.
So, how do you rate these signings? Do you think this with Arsenal is in the right time? I had an Arsenal fan telling me the other day that Ateta Bamuvako because he buys out of impulse. I don't know if what you think about.
I think this window hasn't been bad for a national fan out there. I'm sure they also know it. It's going to be a question of whether can these people really come together and now deliver for the team.
Yeah.
Can they be consistent? Can we rely on them to know that okay, it's February, March, April, and they're not going to burn out? Yeah, I think those are the questions now. Or the other big question is going to be about the selection. How are you going to select these players to play? Whom are you trusting? Are you keeping the roles up as 50-50s, or you're assigning out a certain starting 11 like how he has been doing in the past, whereby we know his starting 11, it doesn't change.
It's a constant, it doesn't change. Yeah.
So are you going to leave it like that and frustrate some people, or you're going to leave it a 50-50 when Odegaard plays poorly like most of last season? Are you going to bench him and put in somebody else? So we are going to have a situation whereby I think it's now down to the manager to get the best out of these people, because they've signed players in every department. They had departures of Thomas Partey and Jorginho in the midfield. They replaced that with Zubimendi
they also
and Nogard.
Christian Nogard. I forgot Christian Nogard.
So they have two good signings there. I think Nogard is a good defensive midfielder, especially for when you're out of possession. So he's going to do for you that dirty work that Thomas Partey could do for you, just that I believe Thomas Partey is a better ball passer than Nogard. But you have a replacement now, so you cannot say Thomas Partey is away and we do not have a player there. Then you have Martin Zubimendi, one of the best deep playing midfielders, and he can also come a bit, can create for you as a box-to-box midfielder. So you now have Zubimendi, you have Christian Nogard, you have Declan Rice, whom people say is not a better midfielder as a DM than as a CM. So people believe he plays better as a central midfielder, though they make him play as a defensive midfielder.
I think he covers that defensive midfield thing well. You can't really see that,
that's what the people say. That's what I've talked to some Arsenal fans, and they're like, you know what? Rice is advanced. Rice is a number 8. Play him as a left midfielder. Don't play Havertz in left midfield, something like that. So I think now that they have Nogard, they can maybe try out having Rice as a left central midfielder, and maybe have Zubimendi as a right central midfielder, or even have Odegaard as a right central midfielder, or as a free moving 10. So they have the options in the middle. You can see that they can also have Noneri come in and play as a 10 or maybe as a winger. So I think their midfield is sorted for now. That's a midfield that can actually play games, that can win games. But the question is, can they come to United and beat United? Then the next game, can they play Man City and beat City? Then after that, can they go away at Chelsea and win the game? That's the biggest question for them. But I think they've done proper business. Noni Madueke was a signing that had question marks. Why are we signing another another right winger, yet our problem is the left wing. So but we've seen Madueke play on the left wing for Chelsea under their manager. So I think they've done smart business. Most of the players are not so old. They're going to compete. Gokers himself is not so old. He's I think 26, 25. 26, so he's going to compete. You know, even if he doesn't deliver the first season, second season, he still has time to play. And when you look at the back line, of course, they lost Tomiyasu. He left.
Released.
So they brought in Mosquera, who can play as a fullback and as a central defender. They have their normal Rolls Royce, Saliba. Then they also have Gabriel. They have Ben White. They have the option. I think Zinchenko is also going to stay around. I think
I'd release Zinchenko. I don't see.
I would also release Zinchenko. Then there is Calafiori. So I think they still have the options. They are
then they
right
have Skelly
back.
on the left as well.
They have Skelly on the left. In their right back, they also have Ben White who can play there. They have Timber. So I think they have a team. I think Arsenal has a team that can compete for the title. But the biggest question right now is, can they go on and can they deliver consistent, efficient output, game week, game out, when they play the FA, when they play the Champions League, when they play the Carabao? Can they give us consistent results? Can they believe in themselves to get over the line? Is he going to arrange that team the way it needs to be arranged? I think that's the biggest question now for the Arsenal fans, because I do not really expect them to sign any other player at the moment.
There's been buzz about
About
Arsenal
Rodrigo.
guys get excited. Nothing. Of course, I'm not trying to like throw
Eh,
shade at them or
eh,
something.
mm,
So we're hearing things like Rodrigo,
Rodrigo.
Eberiche
Mm,
Eze,
mm. Uh, I wouldn't. I think at the moment the best thing Arsenal can do is stop at what they've done
and begin to cook
and
from
begin
what
to
they
cook
have.
from what they have. Because I'm looking at the situation whereby you have Martinelli on the
Right,
on the left
Martinelli
wing,
is a finished player.
on,
No offense.
on the left wing, and you have Leandro Trossard on the left wing, and you
Eh,
have Rodrigo on the left wing, and you have Noni Madueke on the right wing, Saka on
Saka,
the right wing,
Nwaneri.
Nwaneri on the right wing. You're going to have a lot
But they
of.
still have Rhys Nelson. Did he come back from loan?
I'm not very sure about Nelson. I
Must
think
have
he did.
come
I
back.
think he did.
Must have come
And
back.
now they have options at centre forward.
Mm.
Gabriel Jesus is still around. They have Victor Gyökeres. They have Havertz, who's
Kai
also going
Havertz
to play
was
as a 9. And yeah, I think that is good enough for now. Adding Rodrigo into the mix is going to create a bit of headache, financial strain, and headache for the manager. He's going to end up having to overcook like what Pep does at City. Like you have so many good players, which to some extent it affects how you play because people are going to start demanding for game time. People are going to start demanding for this and that. Whenever you don't play well, the fans are going to say, "No, Rodrigo has to start." Hey. So it eventually takes a toll on you as a manager and as the team because you also don't know exactly what to do. So I think the best thing for us now is use the players around. They've had these players and these players have gone on to be second for the past 2-3 seasons. Yeah. And they've been finishing a few points away from the champions.
From the champions, yeah.
With these additions and some of those players leaving, I think Arsenal is going to have a good run in for this season. I think they're stronger. I think they're better, and with experience and the shortcomings, I think they're going to be a way better side. I think 2 times better than they were last season, but the other teams are also getting better. So it's going to be interesting.
So I will not ask for where you think they will rank because I think that's what you will tell us at the end.
I'll give you my final summary.
So now, away from the Arsenal, I think another team that has enjoyed the transfer window is Liverpool. Because Liverpool has also, like Arsenal, they bought everywhere.
True.
They bought the Valencia keeper,
Mamardashvili,
something.
To replace Kelleher.
To replace Kelleher, who went to Brentford. I think that's a very good signing for Brentford as well, because Brentford took away their keeper.
Yeah, true.
Flecken, who was also a very nice goalkeeper. You know, Premier League actually has solid goalkeepers. So you bring, now they've sorted the left wing and the right, and the number 2 and number 3.
Number 2 and number 3.
Frimpong, who I think is among the fastest chaps, I think, in the world in regards to pace. Because even when you're playing him on FIFA, he's like 95.
Yeah. Even on the other smaller games, DLS, EA Sports, those ones.
Then on the left, Kekes, no brainer. I don't think he was going to blink on that transfer.
No, he wasn't going to blink.
In the midfield, have they bought anyone in the midfield?
In the midfield, they haven't really signed any midfielder because
I don't think they've changed.
They are packed up. Their midfield is well packed. I think the midfield worked last season and it's still going to work. So I don't think they've.
Then you go to the Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
Seeing
Hugo
Ekitike. A lot of money bought for a kid like that. Already, I think this money will disturb him somehow. Like, I think these kids, when you probably buy them for all that money, they are going to be like thinking a lot. And I've missed a goal. Now I'm going to make noise and what. So Ekitike, who else did they sign inside there? Don't think
they are working on that Isak transfer.
Now the Isak transfer,
pushing for it. I think they're going to get it done, honestly.
Yeah, but you know, I've been following the Isak transfer.
They're going to get it done.
Newcastle began a preseason the other day, and they said Isak has pulled out because of a thigh injury. A few hours later, Isak came through and he's like, you know what, you guys, let's stop beating around the bush.
The truth is,
I want to go. I think people are looking for me and I want to go. But remember, this Ekitike transfer was made because Isak had somehow stalled. Yeah. But somehow they buy Ekitike now, and Isak says, okay, now I want. He's also like Joker. He says, I only want Liverpool.
This team.
He's not thinking about anything else. What do you think about this Liverpool side? Because I think Arne Slot, in his first season, he worked with what he had. So I think now he wants something different. I think he wants to cook something that Jurgen Klopp had of like running. Because now I'm thinking Frimpong running on that wing with Salah, it's going to be explosive.
For my take about Liverpool hasn't changed much. I still think that they are I think they're one of the best teams in the world. Take away the fact that they lost to was it PSG in penalties last season in the Champions League, but I expected them to push up to the final. PSG surprised me, and after it playing Liverpool, everything changed. They started playing like as if they've owned the football thing for the years. But I think Liverpool has done good business. Kelleher wanted to be a starter.
Yeah,
he was ready. It was clear
but
that
he was too solid for a second choice
he was too
goalkeeper
solid.
like Kelleher.
Too solid for second choice goalkeeper. Reminds me of the Martinez saga at Arsenal back then with Leno and Martinez. Yeah. So there's when you reach and you have to take the step.
True.
You're growing old and
good move
so it's a good move for Brentford getting a good keeper. So for Liverpool, they planned this all along. They knew would reach a point and Kelleher would want to start, but Alisson would still be around, and there's no way you're going to sit Alisson for Kelleher. So what they did was they bought Mamadashvili after the Euros in 2024.
He made that signing.
So they signed him a season before the time they would need him because they knew something like this would come up, and they knew Mamadashvili is not going to come and ask for the starting position immediately
because he knows
I'm coming into a new side. I need a season or two to prove myself. By the time the 2 seasons end, Alisson will be phasing out. So that was proper business. I think you believe that.
True.
Because Kelleher wasn't going to wait. He has done it.
He has done it
for them. So I think that was a good buy for them. Their goal is going to be solid. You saw the Georgian goalkeeper in the Euros. Very solid. Penalties, very solid.
He's a big man.
He's a big guy. Very good one-on-ones. He's a very good shot stopper. I haven't seen him play a lot on the ball like Onana, ball playing goalkeeper. No, but he's very good in shot stopping. So I think that's a good buy for them. They signed Frimpong to replace Trent, which so many people critiqued and said, no, now you're buying a player, you're replacing a player who can't defend with another player who can defend. So I think that was an interesting one. But for Frimpong, I think it's going to offer what they call the attacking threat. I think Slot is going to come up with something to make sure. Now that you have signed Kekes, Kekes is good going forward and also
he also knows how to defend.
So I think they're going to play it out in a certain way. I expect to see Frimpong play more as an advanced player than a defender, honestly. I don't expect to see Frimpong coming back all the time and closing down people and him closing down maybe other players from other teams that maybe like Doku. No, they're going to do things to Frimpong.
Of course, they will watch him.
He won't keep up. But he's a good addition to the team. Very electric. He knows what to do. He can score so many goals.
True, he's a goal scorer.
At a point, he scored almost 14 goals. I think that was the season when Leverkusen won.
When they won that title.
So Frimpong is going to offer more attacking threat, and maybe he's going to have to play one of those midfielders a bit deeper, maybe Gravenberch has just been doing. He comes in, plays more as a centre back. Whenever they lose possession, he's a bit back with the Van Dijks to cover up and let the running man come back behind. But I think the business has been good. Kekes this side to give more competition to
Robertson. But I think Robertson is also
being phased out because of age. They have their old left back, that guy called Smikas. He's also perfect. But just that he.
But I think Simikas also needs to find needs to look for.
I think he needs to look for
because
I think he needs to.
By the time they brought somebody and you're already there.
But I think it's more. You see, these clubs do a lot of long-term planning. They're not like us here in Uganda where we sign to fill up a gap that is empty.
Someone has left, and then
these people are planning. They know that the best Robertson can give Liverpool one more season.
This season,
so they are sure he's going to leave next summer. What do? They sign someone to put him out and make him maybe play Champions League, the simpler games in the Champions League or maybe the FA, as they phase him out professionally, so that by next summer he's moving out and they're left with their two options, which is Kekes and Smikas. And by the time Smikas would have maybe gotten into a slightly better player than he is right now. So you'll find by next summer, they have their two players and they're not in a crisis like most teams that fail to plan their teams well. So you'll be like, no, they're signing so many players. No, they're just planning for exits professionally because they're not going to say Robertson, no, you know what? It's time to go. He has done a lot for the club, so they phase you out systematically, then you move out. Then going forward, I think the signings have been okay. Florian Wirtz, what a player. I think you talked about the aspect of him being maybe swayed away by the money or playing on pressure. I don't think Wirtz is the type of player.
No, the money person is Ekitike.
Ekitike, yes. But Wirtz has a lot of maturity. He plays like he has played before for maybe the past 10 years with these people. So I think his maturity will downplay everything. He has even shown that in preseason. When you see the way he plays, I watched half of a certain game they played where he provided that nice that nice assist to Ngumoha to score a second goal. Yeah, so I think there's a way he plays. He plays like he has been around. He's comfortable, and he knows he's very good on the ball. So you're not going to intimidate him. He's going to come and dribble. And I think Slot is going to give him that freedom to play how he wants.
So what is his actual position inside? Is it a 10?
I think Wirtz plays way better when he's given the free roll 10 position.
Okay.
If you limit him, okay, if you put him to the wing, you're not limiting him, but I think you're limiting what he can do in terms of breaking defenses properly, because he's on the wing, so he's going to have maybe to like cross or cut back or maybe fall back. And I don't think Rich is the type of player you want to be falling back to help, like maybe how Kvaratskhelia does it at PSG.
Because
you know how the way he keeps on falling
because
back.
the
Now
reason,
Rich is not that player to fall back and support. I think he's better waiting for that ball at the center. Do a thing or two, release it to the forward, or maybe get a 1-2 and.
Because the reason
go
why I
into
asked that
space.
was because there's a time I think Alonso had reached a point and he wanted to overcook.
Yeah,
And sometimes it would cost him. That's why they would score those 98th
those
minute goals.
90th minute goals.
He would bench Patrick Schick, bench Victor Boniface,
and he plays him as a
play with as a number 9.
As a number 9.
Like, what's going on
which
here?
which doesn't bring.
And then it couldn't work. Then he would bring Schick, and then they would score those 90th minute goals after suffering.
I think Ritz is going to be Zoboslai's greatest competition at Liverpool, because Zobo has been playing a lot as an advanced 8, making him play a 10. So 8 but 10. Liverpool's kind of system is one of hard work.
Hard work.
So the midfielders work a lot. But in some of the games, we saw Slot last season. The Liverpool fans, you saw Slot play double pivot of Gravenberch and McAllister whenever possible. Then played a 10 of Zobo. But Zobo has a very big problem. I don't know if you've noticed. Zobo loses the ball a lot. He's good on the ball, but when it's time to make that final decision, that final pass, should I shoot, should I pass, should I dribble now? And so when he overthinks it, he loses the ball. He loses the ball so many times.
True.
So I think Ritz is now that competition to Zobo to tell him, you know what? Where you cannot do this, I can do this. Where you're wasting time, I'm going to play a one touch. Where you're doing this, I'm going to take on my man. And that is going to be the thing. So I expect to see Ritz more playing as that central attacking midfielder in that 10 role. So I expect him to go back to using a double pivot and playing Ritz as a number 10. Then for the forward, in case he gets Isak, or even if he doesn't get Isak, I expect to see Hugo Ekitike playing as a 9. If he doesn't get Isak, if he gets Isak, I expect to see Ekitike running down from the left wing.
Yes.
Isak here and Salah this side. But the beauty about having Isak and Ekitike is that those players play in a similar way. They can play on the wing and they can play as 9s. They have the awareness to play as a 9. They have the ability to dribble from the wing. So
but then Diaz is also looking for a way out. I think Bayern is on his neck. And I think that transfer might come through. Just I don't understand why he wants to go to Bayern. I don't want the history, the Sadio Mane transfer thing to happen again, because I don't think Germany is good for these players that are explosive like that.
Luis Diaz, I think it's about, he has reached a point whereby I think he feels that Liverpool do not really trust him as much, because there's Gakpo there. I forgot about Gakpo.
When Gakpo comes through,
I think Ekitike, if Isak comes, Ekitike is going to struggle a little bit for game time. He has to show that he's better than Gakpo. Gakpo, sorry. So he has to show that he's better than Gakpo, and he has to also show that he can actually come and give Isak a run for the money.
True.
So I don't know where that leaves Darwin Nunez.
And Nunez has to go
maybe
by
for
August,
the cups,
sure.
maybe for the cups. But I think that is going to be an interesting one to watch. But Diaz has fallen out of favor because when you look at it, okay, he plays. He's a good player, but when you look at what he can do and what he can't do and the alternatives around, when you play a person like Gakpo gives you a little bit.
Gakpo is output.
Better,
I think Gakpo gives output. Diaz sometimes wants to overcook.
Yeah, he wants to overcook,
and then he doesn't deliver.
He doesn't deliver.
But Gakpo comes, so Gakpo has.
So he has his moments of magic. Diaz, left, right, but Gakpo is more of output. Gakpo knows that when I get into the box, I have to score, and I score like this, and he has been doing that for them. So, and I also think that transfer is to do a lot with maybe getting the money, because Bayern is willing to offer about maybe 70 million in it pounds for Luis Diaz. So it's business. So if I'm bringing Ekitike and bringing Isak, who are young players, I can let go of Diaz also to move on, and I keep these ones that I have. And I think it's about favor. So if the coach feels like I would rather do with my Dutchman, Gakpo, then let me let this one go for the money. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to release Diaz as a Liverpool a person in charge of Liverpool or as a fan of Liverpool. I would want him to stay around, because he has, when he does his thing, that no one else in the team can do, not even Salah. Diaz on his day is unplayable.
He's unplayable. Yeah. But I think those American players have something about them that people do not really see it, but I think those American players have potential that is second to nobody.
True.
So do you think do you think Liverpool someone needs someone to like be there when Salah gets injured, or just because you notice Liverpool plays sports when Salah is on that pitch?
Yeah, and I think that's something they've not addressed, and it may come to hurt them because the players who have been trying to fill in for Salah have been Harvey Elliott. You know, he comes and
Who I
tries to.
think needs to go.
Who is being looked at by Spurs at the moment? Spurs. We're going to come to Spurs' stories. Spurs has so many issues that that are laughable. But Harvey Elliott is being looked at by Spurs. It's time for Harvey Elliott to go.
I think he needs to go.
He has done it, and it looks like he has no place in that team, which is okay. That's how football is. People. That's how football is. You're not going to always have it in your boyhood club or something like that. So I think it's that moment whereby we need someone to really step in for Salah, because Salah is not going to give you all of the games, and Salah has AFCON somewhere in.
He has AFCON by December. I think those guys should be packing.
Yeah. So that we are going to have a situation whereby we do not have that proper right winger. And that's where maybe I've seen Diaz come through the right wing a few times. I don't know whether these other players around can do it, but there's going to be a gap. Maybe if he changes formation and he plays as a manager, you know what you're supposed to do. You know that when you have a deficiency here, you step in. So I think you can have Isak and Ekitike play a nice forward two. If you've watched Frankfurt, Frankfurt normally plays a 3-1-4-2. So it's a very interesting formation that they were playing with Mamouche, and they were banging so many goals because they're all athletic, they're all fast, they're all good at dribbling. So I think we're going to have a time in this season whereby Slot needs to play those two together up front at a certain point. If he needs the goals, especially when Salah leaves. So you can find a way of playing a formation with a back three, because remember you have Frimpong this side, who's a liability. So you have to think about how you're going to formulate a back three. To have these players here in the middle, maybe have Kekes on the other side, Frimpong this side, then you have your two here, then maybe you have a one, then the two. Yeah, so you can do that. And he has the players to play those formations. So it's about adjusting. And
also, I think, you see that Frimpong thing, you know, Arnold was also a liability in defending. But I watched very many times. There's a game where I think Liverpool was playing Obahu, and then Konate used to come and Liverpool, Real Madrid. Vinicius schooled Arnold for like 90 minutes.
Yeah,
I think in the first leg. Second leg, I think the coach is like, you know what, Konate, go and do that. Konate, I was talking to a friend the other day, and they were saying they don't really see the sports that Konate plays. But I'd bring Konate to my team and play him because Konate he's solid, just that he gets injuries. I don't really expect it. But if you want him to pocket somebody,
he did it against United. I think that was season 23-24. There was a certain game I watched him. Perfect. Did it for Garnacho. You know how Garnacho likes running unnecessarily. Then he did it against Arsenal for Martinelli. You know the way they have a
and now those players who like
running. He would close them down. He's fast. He's strong. So Konate is a beast. So whenever Trent moves away or something like that, Konate always covers. So I think he's going to do that. I think he would bring it out even better in a back three. Yeah, he would bring it out even better. But they've lost Jarrell Kwanzaa to Leverkusen.
Kwanzaa also wanted to play.
He wanted to play, so he has moved out. So I think if they're playing a back three, then you would have maybe...
They still have Joe Gomez, right?
Yeah, they have Joe Gomez. Yeah, I think Joe Gomez is still around. They have Konate. They have Van Dijk, who's always there.
Who will have to be there all the time.
So I think Liverpool are in a very good position for next season.
Okay.
Even without Isak, let's say Isak doesn't come, they still have the players to play.
True.
They still have Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez can score those goals. Darwin Núñez has scored those goals.
He has.
He just needs to accept that, a certain position, which is difficult, but I can do something about it. Now with Ritz, he's going to create for you. You've seen Ritz creating for even for Germany, for Nick Watemalde. You've seen him create for Patrick Schick, for Boniface. He creates those chances all the time. He makes them. He will make him look nice. So the chances will be coming in. It's Salah who's a bit selfish, who doesn't, but for Ritz, you don't expect him to come and want to score 20 goals. No, he's going to score his 8 goals and provide his 10 assists. So if you make use of him, you'll bang in the goals. So I think Liverpool is in a very good position. And what's backing them up is that they have a system that has already been working. Like, take away all the new signings, this team won the league. Won the league convincingly.
And they won it properly. There was no attest, points.
They cheated, at offside, at ever. No, they won this league properly. They beat you people. By March, you had accepted that they are going to win. Yeah. Then also, I attribute this big window to their very disappointing last window, whereby they only signed one person, and that was Chiesa. So Chiesa didn't even play much, and Chiesa is leaving this summer. So slot came into a thing that was running. They didn't sign anybody. They left a few people to leave. But now that they've won the league comes with money. Don't ask where is Liverpool. No, they're getting the money from the league. They've won the league, they got the money. And then they've been having their own money. They make money in different ways. So they're spending the money that they already have. And they've also sold people here and there. They got 10 million from Alexander Arnold's transfer because he left a few days before he was supposed to leave, which was like a compensation. They've got money from Kwanzaa. They've got money from Keleha. So I think, yeah,
and I'm sure Nunez
money.
will give them
I
money.
think Nunez is going to give them money.
money.
Diaz's money is
Diaz's
coming.
Money
it's. I think it's more about when, not if. So he's going to go, but when? But his going is almost assured, especially now that they're into the Isak talks. So yeah. So we are going to see Liverpool cook a lot of nice football this season.
So we've done. I think we've done Liverpool. We've done Arsenal. So just so you guys don't remain waiting a lot, I think let's jump to Man United. I made a poster the other day about Mbeumo and Gyökeres. The Arsenal guys in my DMs almost killed me. They told me, how can you put Mbeumo with Gyökeres? What's Safi? What? There's no. The guy told me there's no return on investment.
No return on
investment. Tell me? I didn't understand.
So was it trying to mean there's no return on investment?
I don't know.
Gyökeres or for Mbeumo?
I think for Mbeumo, because I think they saw someone who scored like 53, and then we're bringing Kawalata here. So I don't know. So now Man United, just like you said, has not bought people really. Bought Matthias Cunha.
Yeah, from Wolves.
They bought Mbeumo now. Long overdue transfer took 1 year to happen, and it finally happened.
Who else? Bought Diego Leon.
Diego Leon
in that left
wing back position, left back, one of the two.
Both of them. He plays left wing back and left back.
I think that's all they've bought.
That's all they've done so far. Okay, that's all they've significantly done. Of course, they've signed some other people, that young.
Those kids.
Yeah, but we are looking at the bigger picture. Next season, who's going to start in your team? Who's going to deliver results? Because the first fixture is United Arsenal. So we're looking at that first game, August 17th? Yes, August 17th.
It's only 2 weeks.
That's 2-3 weeks from now. Here, so we are trying to dissect the players whom we expect to start or to affect this game starting from 3 weeks from now. So
this is what I want you to help me with. So they bought 3 players, right? That means there's players who are moving out, because I've seen Amorim has told some guys to find their way.
Yeah,
Anthony Rashford went to Barca. Garnacho standard, he can't come back to that team. I think he's out of favor completely.
He's also about.
And then who else?
Eriksen left.
I
saw Victor
Lindelof left. Johnny Evans left, of course. I think they want to give him some carol there, PR. And then, so how did you look at this Man United side? Okay, now let's say they're just jumping into the fire right now as they are against Arsenal.
And I don't want you to have those hopes that things are going to change, United fans. This team you have right now might be the one to play on 17th. Then after that fire on 17th, that's when you sign 2.
The Bagagas will be like.
Yeah, so I want you, whatever you're looking at, look at what you have at the moment. And I also want Mr. Vamos to give me his thoughts, because he's a United fan, as we all know. So I want him to give us his thoughts. But before that, I'll just jump a little bit into United. So United, I've been watching United. I'm not a big fan of United. I have that little bit of hate, but in the sport, when you're doing analysis and stuff, you try to be as objective as you can be. So I watch United. Sometimes, you want it to lose because the fans make a lot of noise. But United's biggest problem last season was being very porous. Very porous in that the teams get in behind so many times, which means that Onana, even if he could save, he wouldn't save, because teams are always getting
Can't save even if he wanted to.
So Onana is a problem, yes, but I don't want us to look at some things as the biggest problem, because Onana is going to cost you a goal or 2 or 3 or maybe 5 the entire season. But with the right team, those goals, they'll be paid back. They'll be paid back, or you don't concede those, because even the bigger teams, People make so many mistakes. Alisson always has his
Alisson has his blunders, but we don't see them because the team
5
is.
nice blunders per season. Ederson is always making mistakes, always failing to save the easiest balls. But you don't notice it a lot because he's in a good team. So I think Onana needs a proper shield. He's not the best of keepers you can have. I saw them trying to go for Martinez, which was going to be a perfect signing for them, though Aston Villa refused. But Onana is one of the problems, but it's not the biggest problem you have at the moment. I think the biggest problem for United has been trying to cover the defense and also the defense trying to cover the goal. They start the ball poorly from the back, the opponent wins it, and they cannot get that ball back. So the biggest problem has been in the central and defensive midfield. So the failure of United to buy a central midfielder and a defensive midfielder this whole entire window is raising a bit of questions for the people. They're like, why isn't this happening? You know, we need someone, we need that proper cover, we need a name there. With, maybe we can get like Manu Kone from that French midfielder who's still playing for France in the UEFA Nations League. We need someone who can hold the team together. Like even when everything has failed, someone to hold us together. So I've not seen that person. I think they're going to work on that. But the biggest issue I've seen is that the players around don't want to leave. If Casemiro is not leaving, Ugarte is not leaving, then there is no way Amorim is going to sign for you a midfielder. Because there is Kobe Mino, there is Ugarte, there is Casemiro. I don't know, there is this young man called Collier. Is it Collier?
Collier, I think. I personally think Collier should.
So, but he's a good player.
He's a good player, sure.
You have those players there in the middle, and none of them looks like they want to leave, or some of them have just been signed like Ugarte. So it leaves the team in a difficult position. You cannot start chasing away Casemiro. It is every day he's posting on his socials.
He's working out.
And maybe he's working because last season towards the end, there's some games where he came and played that
cooking,
felt like spots, So I think that's the biggest problem they have. They've not addressed it yet, but I still feel like they could use the help of a very good midfielder. Maybe someone, he may not be a defensive midfielder, but he can be a central midfielder who is always present to help the defensive midfielder and also help Bruno Fernandes in his attacking roles. So I think the signings they've made, they've signed Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo. For me, they are proper signings. They're signings that they need in those positions. But again, you look at the team and the people around may not complement them so well because now you're looking at Garnacho. Of course, they're leaving. But I don't think Garnacho, Højlund are the right people you need to be playing alongside. It doesn't add up properly. So I think Mount is staying.
We had forgotten Mount.
Mount is staying as an attacking midfielder or as a number 8. I don't know whether we'll ever get back the Mount who played that 2021 season. 2021.
The breakthrough season under Lampard.
Yeah, under Lampard. Then also the one where they won the Champions League. I don't know if we're going to get that Mount ever again. But if we can get that Mount, then United can play way better football than it does at the moment. But I think the signings are proper. Just that I'm trying to think about how they're going to line up now that they have... because one thing about United is once they sign the player must play.
It must stay, sure. Must.
Now you've signed Mbeumo, you have Amad Diallo, and I feel like they are similar kinds of players.
Same attributes.
Same foot, same what, good on the ball. So I want to think they're going to advance Mbeumo
ahead of Amad.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking about maybe which kind of formation. You like playing a back 3. I'm thinking about maybe a 3-4-2-1, something like that. 3-4-2-1 or a 3-4-3.
3-4-3, I think.
And it's a bit disturbing for me. I haven't yet really figured it out. Because the player Amad is similar to the player Mbeumo is. Though we've seen Mbeumo play as a real actual forward in a formation whereby Brentford normally played a 3-5-2. So we saw Wissa
and Mbeumo, they were like...
So I think what this man is cooking right now at the moment could be something like that. He can say, I'm going to play a 3-4-1-2, and my 2 in front, Mbeumo and Cunha.
Possible.
There are 2 in front. Then behind them, I just have Bruno Fernandes. Then these 3 I'm playing Amad as a what? Coming in as a right wing back, something like that. Then one of my midfielders joins up on the defense and we form a solid. So Amad doesn't need to come back. He plays like a midfielder, but on the right side. So I want to see how that pans out. That's tricky for me. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, now I have Amad, I have Mbeumo. I need both of them on the pitch.
Yes.
But how are they going to play? Or I'm making Mbeumo a number 9 because he can play as a number 9. But I'm limiting him from doing what he can do. So if I play Mbeumo as a number 9, then I may not have those crosses. I may not have those dribbles this side. So it's going to be a bit tricky. Them lining up for the Arsenal game the way they are right now, I still think they're very unbalanced. And I don't see them beating Arsenal with this team that they have at the moment. They can put up a challenge, but they cannot win because there's a bit of imbalance. And that imbalance can only be sorted out by more transfers.
True.
Some people leaving and other people coming in. So that I know that maybe on the right wing, I have Mbuemo and Ahmad, and these people are going to fight for one position.
Hey,
And I cannot play both of them. You
True.
know, we have to understand that.
realistically speaking,
Like,
that's how it's
there are
supposed
two
to
top
be.
players, but we cannot have both of them on the pitch. Then on top of that, have Bruno Fernandes and Matthias Cunha also on the pitch. So we're going to have 4 players
Who are not
playing
working.
2 roles. I don't know whether you
Yeah,
understand
I see what you're
I
saying.
know some
see
people are
what
going
you're
to
saying.
argue and say, no, but you're going to have 4 players playing 2 roles. So when you see United losing more games, you're going to say, hey, Bichi United has a curse. Eh? No, it's not the curse. It's a fact that you're playing 4 players who are supposed to be playing 2 roles all together on the same team. So I don't think it will work out. So they need players for the roles. They need a left winger. They need a number 9. You really need a number 9 at the moment. A defined number 9 who's going to play the 9 role ahead of this Hoyland person. And maybe Zaxi can chip in as a false 9 or a number 10. But sending Zaxi as your number 9 to win you the league, no, you're not. He's not going to win you the league. He won't win you any trophy as a number 9. But he's going to win you a trophy as a player supporting a number 9. Hey. Yeah, that's it about United. So I don't know what you think about the transfers. Whom do you think United should bring in at the moment? So if you're given 2 transfers,
I'm just, of course, I'm basing on speculation, right?
Yeah.
Because just like you said, I think we need a CDM. Casemiro was outrun last season. Take nothing away from what he played when the season was ending. Yeah. But it just shows
those important games like against Liverpool, first leg, where he made 2 mistakes and yeah.
So take nothing away from the sports that he played when the season was ending. But I think he's Casemiro. He's won a lot of things before, but right now with the way boys are playing football in the Premier League, I think he needs to first chill a bit. Ugarte, who was supposed to be helping in CDM, he still needs like some polishing.
So polishing.
I've seen Man United is linked to some kid in Valencia. Where is Valencia getting these kids from? There's a kid called Guerra or something.
Oh yeah.
I've not watched his videos a lot. But right now, as a Man United fan, as long as we're buying people, me, I don't care. There's people I just need out. Hoyland out. I don't even want to think about it a lot.
Hoyland is working for his.
Because you know, I was watching.
I saw you post about Onana saying, he had a hamstring issue. And
Onana got injured.
Like, he's recovering.
He's already. What do you mean? What do you mean he has recovered? Because now, honestly speaking, when we let go of De Gea, I was like, okay, we need a change a bit. Because by the time De Gea was, I think he had reached an age where mistakes had become normal.
And he was comfortable.
But Onana made more errors leading to goals last season
than even De Gea's worst season.
In his worst season, he can't save anything. No, I'd consider Onana to Ederson. These are players who know how to play, like pass the ball, assist. But you tell
when
the guy,
it's time to save,
the guy they've sent you a shot like in the corner there,
and the
guy is standing there. Because now
or tell him to save the first shot and also save the rebound. Because he cannot save the rebound.
There are saves that. You see, now I'm not really a goalkeeper, no, but there's sometimes when you're going for like a save in the corner, you can't go with 2 hands because the body loses balance. But Onana is going to show you that I'm going to dive with 2 hands and go to the corner. When will you reach the corner? So for me, if I get Onana out, I get Hoyland out. Already Garnacho.
Who doesn't look like he wants to go out?
He doesn't look like he wants to go. He says he wants to fight. Garnacho looks like he's going.
Out. Sancho is
leaving. I didn't really think Garnacho was a bad kid, but also his attitude was not the one.
His attitude doesn't mean the best.
Right? Because for a player who comes and complains after a final, he's played a few minutes. And yet he had a run of, the coach gave him like a run of games, like straight games. And he was still not delivering. So Garnacho gets out, Rashford has gone. Anthony goes, Sancho goes. I'm thinking right now the debate is on who comes in as a number 9. There's 3 guys that Man United is linked to right now. Benjamin Sesko,
who looks to be in advanced talks with Newcastle at the moment.
Who I would not buy as a Man United fan because right now I think Man United needs a player who knows the league.
Yeah,
right?
True.
Man United is linked to Oli Watkins, who is 29 years, who I would buy without thinking. Because Aston Villa doesn't look like it has very many things they are fighting for, competing or something. But take nothing away from Man United not being the team that has been playing a lot of sports and what, but playing for Man United in Europe is a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Oli Watkins makes that move from Aston Villa to Man United. It's a big thing for his CV.
For him.
It's a big thing for his family. It's a big thing for like everything. So if Amorim lands maybe an Oli Watkins in that number 9, I wouldn't complain. So now
I
that
saw something about Wissa here and there, and this partnership coming back again at United.
well, Wissa, I'm not sure. He's a good player, but I'm not sure he's going to like come inside that number 9 because Man United is also a heavy team, by the way.
It's a heavy team.
You don't come to Man United and play
you just
sports like
play.
that. Because they asked Cunha yesterday in a press conference about, do you think there's like pressure playing for this side? Well, his comments somehow ran away from the question, but there's pressure playing for Man United.
There's pressure. The fans, the thing about United is that the
We are
fans
more serious than the
want
players.
results immediately.
Yes.
On that game of Arsenal, people want Mbeumo
to score like a hat-trick, Mangu.
That's what they want, which is not practical. So that's the pressure at United. Like, there's always going to be the pressure. And I think the pressure has killed some of these players like Hoyland. Hoyland wasn't as bad as he looks right now. I think the pressure got to him and the abuses. People abuse you on social media, everything. So every time you play and you're in fear, you're like, man, I'm going to make this mistake. I'm going to do this. Because it's United, it ends up draining you. We've seen so many players, but the players who can mentally resist that, like Fernandes, you know, at a point, two people wanted Fernandes.
They wanted him out, but now he's Fernandes. Even if I wake up from a dream, I can't sell him. So get me a Watkins, number 9. Get me a Baleba. We've been linked with Baleba, Brighton. Brighton is offloading players, but I don't know what they're cooking. But from what I understand with Brighton is whenever they offload, they bring in players. They bring rare players who actually play sports in Brighton, unbelievably. So I'd get me a Baleba in the middle, in the CDM position there.
And Oli Watkins.
And then the goalkeeper, there's this kid we've been linked to. Me, like I said, for goalkeepers, as long as it's not Onana, I don't care.
Okay, well.
There's that time we're linked to Savic, the keeper from Torino. I was like, you bring him.
Bring him.
Because goalkeepers, we want you to be known for something. Being known for passing the ball is not a very big thing.
You're a goalkeeper.
It's not a big thing. If you say you've made 2 assists as a goalkeeper, but you've conceded 50, it doesn't add. There's a keeper we're linked to, I think he's in the Belgian league. Is it called Lamas or something? And then, of course, I've also seen the Dibu thing. Dibu refused. I think Aston Villa refuses something. But for the goalkeeping position, anyone that comes through, I don't have a problem. Because right now, Amorim, I think also playing for Man United, when you listen to podcasts from Ferdinand and those guys, they're like, these guys don't know what it means to play for the club anymore. Those guys, when you listen to Evra talking about how Ferguson used to mess up those guys, it was not normal. You lose a match, you come back to the dressing room and no one is talking. But you lose a match here recently, guys are posting on Instagram. We find kids are lamenting, Simania, I didn't play and what. I've been watching dressing room thingies from Marseille. There's this guy called Hoiberg, the guy who was in Spurs. Those guys were losing at halftime. He almost killed the guys in the dressing room. He's not even the captain. Yeah,
he's just on loan.
He's just on loan, but I think he might be signed. I think okay, you get back to the dressing room and guys are hungry. I think these guys go back to the dressing room. They're like, man, even us, we're human beings. So this Man United side against Arsenal, I don't know. It's only a prayer. I don't see us picking anything from that Arsenal game.
And I also think, yes, United has the defenders. You have the numbers.
Very many defenders. Very many.
You do not have that standout man that can lead that back line properly. You know, like how Liverpool has Van Dijk. And now when Van Dijk is not there, things are not working. You need that man. You need that person that is going to like command that back line and pull shots and shout at people. I don't think Maguire is the type to do that.
Maguire is a chiller.
I think you need I think for United, I don't think the money is going to allow all these transfers. But at the moment, United would be looking at a big transfer in every department. A big transfer in the goalkeeping department. A big transfer in the centre back. A big transfer in the midfield, most especially CDM like Baleba, statement signing. A big transfer in front as a number 9. And maybe they can play around with maybe Mount on the left wing. But as long as you have a number 9 who can score, even if you put Mount on the left wing, or even if you put Fernandes himself on the left wing, he's going to create something and the number 9 will score eventually. But if you don't have that number 9, even if you have that world-class Vinicius Junior on your left wing, you're not going to score those goals. So I think for United, it's more about trying to sign those positions, and there are positions whereby it's urgent, especially the number 9 position, the CDM position. It's so urgent, like they should have completed these deals like yesterday. And up to now, if this is the team you're taking in, I know United people are hopeful. You know, they post these things, they show,
of course we're very
go Man United,
but
speaking objectively, with no emotions, with no feelings here and there, United really needs to bring in those players, or it's not going to get Europe again. Maybe the best they can do is maybe jump into the Conference League, because the teams that are around are good, and for them they're doing those strategic transfers, so they're going to struggle without those newer players. Yeah.
It's Man United side anyway.
Mm.
It's I think it's a vibes and inshallah thing right now,
Mm.
because you look at the team right now
Mm.
and you're like, Arsenal lands on us now with maybe a
We,
Jokeres. Who's going to get Jokeres right now when he begins running?
no,
Jokeres landed
and
on Saliba
Gyökeres
sometimes,
is strong. His control may not be the best, but
but when he gets the ball and
even
he
when he
takes
controls
a
it
stride and
poorly,
he
he
goes,
can still fight for
hey,
it, win it. His shot is very good. His ability to maneuver through bodies is good. He's fast, and he can score in the air and on the ground. So
so
Gyökeres
I
has
think
you.
for Man United Arsenal, we don't want to even overthink.
Mm.
Unless something happens between now and 17, we
Yeah,
might probably stand a chance. But
something could happen, you know.
right now it's a done. So away from Man United,
Mm.
let's get to. But let's start with Spurs.
Let's start with Spurs.
Let's start with Spurs. Spurs. I've been following the
Ah,
Spurs window.
so I think Spurs is one of the most disorganized teams we have in the Premier League, and the fact that they beat United in the final showed how bad United is at the
Exactly.
moment. Like Spurs shouldn't have been the team to beat you. Like even in everything going bad, United should have won that game. Like that was United's game to win. But Spurs hasn't done a lot of business in the window, this window in particular. They've not played the best football since whatever happened. You know, Ange's first season, that game where they played against Chelsea and got 2 red cards and 2 injuries.
Hey,
They got a red card of Udogi and a red card of Romero. Then
everything
got
good.
an injury of Van de Ven and an injury of Madison. Everything fell
Everything
apart.
changed.
But for Spurs, the main issue, even dating back to the start of last season, was in the midfield. They needed a proper midfield, a proper CDM,
Hey,
whom they haven't yet signed up to now, up to today. They are working on getting Palinya in the next few days, but I don't think Palinya is the player they really, really need. But just that he fills the gap, he can come in. You know, teams accept the way you say that for United, you'd accept anyone who
hey.
can hold the ball. So I think Spurs would do with anyone who can stop attacks and anyone who can win
Hey.
tackles properly and consistently. They have Bissouma. Bissouma is the most inconsistent
I've not
midfielder
seen
I've
an
seen.
inconsistent midfielder like that one.
He will come and play one day like he's prime Rodri. Then the next day
Next
he'll come
time,
and play like as
Beans,
if
total
he's
Beans.
Casemiro playing in maybe I don't know. So
Suma,
Bissouma is so
very
inconsistent.
unreliable.
Bentancur is very injury prone. They need a person to fill in there in the
What
middle.
number does Papesa play?
Papesa,
Exactly.
Papesa is a typical box-to-box midfielder. Box to box, but with more strengths going forward than coming back behind. Yeah. So he's better when you have the ball and you're trying to score than when you're defending your goal. So I think the biggest problem right now that Spurs has is to address the issues in the midfield and the issues going forward. Because you look at when Spurs is going to play your team, you're like, okay, whom am I scared of? And there's nobody you're scared of. The Son that we have now is not the Son.
Son is actually looking for transfer to is it America or something?
Yeah, or Saudi to make money. The
Somebody
Son you
there.
have is not the Son of 5 years ago. Your left wing, that's Son. Right wing, whom do you have?
Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson is really Brennan Johnson going to put you on pressure as a fan of like
Just
maybe
that he has
Newcastle.
Chisima.
He has Chisima, but he has a lot of luck. But he's not a player who's going to get you
True, you
shaking.
can't shake him.
So the signing of Kudus in that left wing is something that is maybe going to add a little bit of fear factor. But they need a right winger.
True.
I mean, sorry, in that right wing, but they need a left winger this side, someone to compete with Son. They renewed, they permanently made Matthias Tell's contract. So it's
I don't
now a
understand
permanent deal.
Matthias Tells.
And Matthias Tell is, he's these people who are just electric, but they're not that good on the ball. He doesn't have that.
Because me, I look at Tales and I'm like, now this one.
He's
is he a 9? Is he a 10?
He's there. So he's not that player who's going to give you the difference immediately. Maybe in 2, 3, 4 years, because he's a young player, he's going to do that for you. So they've only made they've only signed Tell on a permanent deal. They've signed Kudus. They made Kevin Danso's deal permanent in the defense.
The solid man.
He's solid, but he's not so good on the ball. He's shaky whenever under pressure. He's like a Kanji at City.
He's like, he's also like, there's this defender of PSG.
Pacho. Is it Pacho?
Pacho, that's Pacho. A big black guy like this.
So he's not very comfortable. When you give him the ball under pressure, you see him. Yeah, but he's good.
Can put his body on the line.
He can put the body on the line. Then they signed Vuskovic, some young defender. He's very good. He's a Croatian defender. Then sent him out on loan. That was last season, last summer. So he's now back. He scored and assisted in the preseason game. So I think that's all they've done. They signed Morgan Gibbs-White.
What happened to the Gibbs White? But I don't understand the Gibbs White.
The Gibbs-White issue was about triggering a release clause. So immediately after finishing the Kudus deal, after like 8 hours, they triggered his release clause.
I remember seeing us.
Yeah. So that was Morgan Gibbs-White to Spurs. Here we go. And after a few hours, Nottingham Forest is notifying authorities and the FA that, you know what, there is something secret about his deal. I mean, about his release clause that we didn't know. So the deal cannot go on because of this, and that. So they're like, we are writing to appeal this process, and now it's like legal proceedings are going on, something like that. So at the end of it all, I don't think the transfer will be entirely blocked. I think at the end of the day, Morgan Gibbs-White
through at some point
is going to come and pull through. I think what Gibbs-White does is that he addresses that issue of, I don't think he's going to play as he's going to cancel out the need for a DM, but he's going to at least help provide more better cover than playing Pape Matassa as your number 8. If you have Gibbs-White with that work rate, he's very good going forward, but he has a work rate. He comes back, he's a good ball passer, so he's going to come and chip in there. And also, you have Maddison in the middle.
Maddison who will get injured.
Who will get injured
in the season.
Then you have Bagval. Bagval had a very decent last season before he got injured.
Yeah. I think that's another player that they missed.
I think that's a good midfield. They have Kulusevski, right winger, and also as a 10. I don't really trust him much. I don't
understand him also.
There's a way he plays. He's on and off.
Plays as if he doesn't want.
Yeah, that's true. So I think Spurs right now really needs to work. There have been talks of we're going to get Grealish, something like that. There have been talks of Rodrigo also.
Rodrigo, the Real Madrid guy.
The Madrid guy. they are looking for someone who can play that left wing for them.
Hey, that's something. Because I think Son is an eminent move.
Their young boy, I don't know whether you've heard of him. He's called this young boy who plays for them, their left wing. Mikey Moore. There's a boy called Mikey Moore. He's a young boy. He plays left wing, but those are not people you can rely on. You cannot rely on Tell that much. You cannot rely on Son at the moment. So they need that person they can rely on to start for them games and play. Otherwise, for their back, their back is sorted. I think with Van de Ven and Cuti Romero, they are okay.
Romero is actually linked to ATM and
that was that here. It's like I'd say that if Postecoglou leaves, I'm also leaving. But the fact that he's still around up to now means that possibly he may stay for another season or something. So Van de Ven, if he's fit and when he's fit with Romero, they'll play with that cover of Vuskovic and Danso. I think the back line is okay. What they need to work on is maybe get the Palhinha deal done, the CDM position. They have a number of midfield options. They have Sa, they have Bagval, they have Maddison. If Gibbs-White can come in, they have Bentancur. They have Kulusevski who can also play in the middle. The number 9 position, they have Solanke, they have Richarlison, who has refused to leave the club.
Richarlison refused, I think
he wants to fight for his number like Hoyland. So
I think these are players that they need to just get a team for them.
Get a team for them, and
then they put their game playing time in saturation.
Yeah.
So
I think Spurs is if it manages to get Gibbs-White and Palhinha and maybe a replacement for Son on the left wing, they're going to play some football. I don't see them going so high. They're not there yet.
Last season they were what? 17?
They were 17. No, the season before they had played well. They had played well under Ange, and they had finished 5th. So I think for next season, let's see how the window goes. For them, it hasn't been the best of windows. They're still stuck with the players they had. The players don't want to leave. Same case at United. But they need upgrades. They need actual players. And I think even the number 9 role, they would work with someone who can actually score goals, because Solanke
also gets injured by the way.
But he doesn't. He's not that person who's going to score. He's
not hungry. I think he's not hungry.
He's not like that hungry. He's like a Gabriel Jesus, something like that.
He's hungry.
He's not going to come and score 20 goals. Like come and be like, I want to score, and put that pressure. So I think Spurs is not in the best position yet. It has been a lukewarm transfer season for them. They're not happy about it when you look at their pages. Ken from the lane, those other people who follow Spurs, invert the wing.
My main guy that I like for Spurs is that guy called Expression. That guy who speaks in British.
Yeah.
That guy mashes me up.
Yeah, so they're
very angry man.
They're not happy, and they're waiting to see. You remember they have a fixture against PSG in the Super Cup. So that's one that's maybe going to humble them and maybe show Levy that he needs to sign a few more players. But for Spurs, I think next season will be better than last season. They are under new management of Thomas Frank, and they will play better. They will play better football. because last season they had so many injuries,
Mm,
people
true.
moving in, moving out, and leaving the year. At a
There's
point,
that.
there's when they played Manchester United, and they had Fraser Foster in goal. That
Hey,
Carabao Cup fixture.
where he gave us like 3
Then they had
goals.
Archie Gray playing centre back for most of the time.
Hey,
They had so many kids in there, you know. Or
where's
they also have Odo, but who plays as
the
a 10 and
Burnley
a
guy, the
winger, yeah.
Burnley kid?
But they have a fixed left wing with so many names,
Mm,
but none of them
can
qualifies to be a starter for a big six club.
mm,
Yeah. Because Odo but cannot be starting for you at
can't.
maybe Chelsea or at United. No, he cannot be starting. So that's the case for Spurs. But I think as the window progresses,
Mm,
maybe we'll see a few more signings because I think Kudus and Gibbs White, those are proper signings. If
proper.
they can get two more, maybe a CDM and a forward, if they can land like Rodrigo, maybe land someone like there have been a lot of talks about other forwards. The League A, they brought in some players from Korea,
Mm,
and yeah, but at this moment you need people who are going to come in and play. As you say, you need Premier League proven players
mm.
that talked about Wisa some time back. If they can bring in a person like Wisa, then
Wisa can actually
they're in
cook in
business
Spurs.
and they
Can.
can actually play.
Can.
So yeah, that's that about Spurs.
Hello guys, while I was looking for a place to run some tests, I landed on Cardiff Medical Center located in Chanja along Komamboga Road. Come with me and let's see what they have to offer. At the entrance, I was ushered into a very beautiful reception where there is someone to attend to you and you can make any queries before proceeding with anything else. After making those queries, there is a waiting area where you can sit and wait for the rest of the services to be offered, or in case you're waiting for your results when you're done taking some tests. They also have all kinds of medicine, so if you want any medicine or you have any prescriptions, this is the place for you to go. They do several tests, for example, HIV, hepatitis, malaria, STIs, DNA tests, among others, and they also offer yellow fever cards. As shown, this is the reception to the laboratory where the respective samples can be taken depending on what tests you are taking. For further consultation, I was ushered into the doctor's office or consultation room where I was able to talk to the doctor privately. They have doctors available 24/7 and some of the services offered include home care services, antenatal and family planning services. They can also be found on Google Maps. Thank you.
So yeah, we'd skipped we'd somewhat forgotten about Chelsea, but I'm pretty sure my Chelsea guys will kill me because very many of them like to text me, but when you tell them to come and talk about their team, they're hesitant about it. But Chelsea, fresh from winning the Community Shield of Europe, I think, because I've already been seeing noise about Club World Cup. It's like a trophy. It's just there. It doesn't really measure. Walk us through their transfer window. I've seen they've actually bought. Who have they bought? Jao Pedro,
Yeah, Pedro,
Liam Dilap,
Liam Delap, Estevao.
Estevao. Yeah, I saw him confirming that he's now coming through.
Yeah, he signed some Sa. I think it's Mamadou Sa.
Mamadou Sa,
He's a
something like that.
defender.
And who?
They've signed Jamie Gittens from Dortmund.
Hey, Jamie. Those were Dortmund kids. Anyway, Gittens. And who?
And well, they have some players who are coming back from loan. I'm sure you've seen Andre Santos.
Andre Santos. I don't think Andre
Andre
Santos
Santos has
will
been very
play.
solid. If you watch,
Yes, he
if
was
you
in
watch
Strasbourg, right?
yeah, that loan. He has been on so many loans.
He's been on many loans where he's solid, but
He
I
has been
don't.
at Nottingham Forest for a loan. He has been at Strasbourg. Now he's back at Chelsea. I think he played so well. The Chelsea fans will agree that he played so well for them in the Club World Cup,
He
especially
did.
that semi-final against was it Flamengo?
Flamengo, yeah.
Flamengo, yeah. Every time he was called on to come in and step in for either Caicedo or maybe Enzo, he played. He really played.
He's a solid, but I don't know, man. There's some players I think you reach a point and they might not really fit in
Then
this team like that.
they've also signed this Portuguese guy, Esugo. Signed some guy called Esugo. He's a midfielder, yeah. So he's also there. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's a Portuguese guy, but he's young. Most of those players are young. Andre Santos is young. He's like 21. Esugo is, I think, 18. Mamadou Sa is also young. So I think it's Chelsea's project to sign young players and have them moving.
What do you think about their window? Is it a decent one? Are they going to cook next season? Are they going to?
I think there's one that's pending. I think it will also go through
The
one of the Xavi Simons.
Xavi Simons.
When Chelsea wants you,
When
Chelsea
Chelsea wants
gets
you and it says I want.
Chelsea wants you, it gets you. So let me first talk about the ones who are already around. So as we all know, Chelsea has been playing not so well, but they've been playing in a way that can get them some results, as we've seen. They won the Conference League with a game that started that it wasn't even much in their favor.
Cooking them, by Betis was cooking them.
If you remember very well, that left winger, that Abde, is it Abde?
That guy
and
was
Isco,
having fun.
They had them at a point, but
having fun.
Chelsea know a team that's going to come and play so well, but they know how to get.
But I think they know how to get results.
They know how to get results.
The bottom line
and
is
the system is now starting to work. And when system starts to work, it's difficult for them to go back to reset. So I think what the manager is doing is not bad. The signings show that they're filling in the places that need to be filled. So because now Sancho was gone, Nkunku is leaving. He knows he's
very
leaving.
Injury prone, that one has to go.
And they're replacing them with people who are a bit younger and people who are more hungry. So signing for a striker, they've always needed a striker. So what they did was go to the market, get Liam Delap. I think that was not enough. They were like, no, we need another one. If Liam Delap fails,
João Pedro
will play. So they've signed João Pedro, who was already delivered, honestly. And I don't think he's going to stop delivering. Those who watched him at Brighton know that he was good. Just at Brighton, of course, Brighton is Brighton.
It's Brighton.
Yeah. So he's going to score some goals. Some days will be bad. Liam Delap jumps on, and what I've liked about Maresca is that he makes his subs early.
He doesn't wait
for the game to first refuse. No, 55th minute, game has refused for you. Brings on someone.
That's the beauty about him.
That's
by that
good
kid
thing about
hand him his flowers on that one.
Yeah. Even the midfielders, game has refused. Guy said, move out, or maybe go to number 2, and James comes on as maybe this or that. So he makes his subs early. So he's a very practical guy. What doesn't work, he drops it. What works is what he adopts. Sometimes we see Palm on the right wing. Sometimes we see him as a 10. We saw him a lot as a 10 in the Club World Cup. So I think he has done good business. He let Madueke go. Replaced Madueke with maybe Gittens. Yeah, so that's good business. Sancho is out. Nkunku is out. He has Neto now on the wing. He likes playing him as a left winger, who is also getting better. I think Neto is gaining footing.
He's gaining,
Even as a starter for Portugal,
but the season before they bought him, he had like injuries. That's the season Wolves suffered because Neto had done most of their goal contributions and got injured. So I think last season
they had a very nice player in Podence, that Neto Podence, and Wolves was good at a point.
They were
Jota before Jota left, and
But man, that Gittens thing,
I think Gittens is good. Gittens, I don't know why, but he gives me a lot of those vibes of Adeyemi, Gittens, players like that type. Players like
not serious.
Players like who is this player of theirs who got an issue with drugs? Mudryk. Mudryk. Like those players who have the potential.
But they're not hungry.
But they're not hungry for it.
They don't know what they want. I think they don't know what they want. Because I saw Gittens, I saw flashes of him in the Champions League when he would cook
once in a while.
Cooks, Gittens cooks. But it's not ending properly.
It's not ending.
Like you're not going to be there and you think, okay, Gittens
is
going to maybe give you like, let's give him bare minimum, like 5 assists in 10 games. He might be there and he might not really cook like that. But just like you said, Chelsea also has a pool. And now Chelsea goes in big.
They have Estevao. Perfect playmaker, perfect winger. If you watched Palmeiras play,
Palmeiras,
even the game where they played Chelsea,
he cooked
I think it was
them.
The last 16 he cooked.
Is he the guy who scored them?
I think he scored because he won man of the match, and Palmer came and hugged him at the end.
Must have been the guy that took them at Chiboko. He must be the one. From them, someone coordinated Chiboko from the right. Those ends were not seeing.
So Estevao is a very good signing for them. I think he's going to chip in easily. Plays like Palmer in a certain way. He's very good on the ball, good dribbles.
The good thing is he's an American. Players from America,
South America.
I hold those guys in high regard. Those guys know what they want. But I think these players have suffered a lot where they come from. That's why when they come to business, they don't have. But now players from England, it's like, man, we have everything. We don't need to fight a lot. No, but man, my debate right now would be, I was talking to a Chelsea guy the other day. Liam Delap, João Pedro. These are two players that didn't. Okay, they came from teams. I would not say they're bad teams, but those teams are not the standard of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Liam Delap scored goals for Ipswich. I would consider. equate him to like Cole Palmer because they had the same story.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer ran away from Man City because there was no playing time,
Playing
and he came
time.
here. And then Liam Delap also went the other
Playing
side, and they
time.
actually scored goals. I'll hand it
Scored
to
goal.
him. But and now my bias with him is that he's an Englishman. Englishmen reach a point and they're like, they have this thing of form. First, we play on form.
Play on form.
But if you're going to be playing football on form one of these days, it doesn't end properly.
Mm.
Joao Pedro, on the other hand, before Chelsea bought him, Joao Pedro scored, I think, like 10 penalties. Solid penalties. He can't blink from the spot. Even if you caned him, he cannot blink. But there are guys who make compilations about the last 20 shots.
And you see that.
Joao Pedro, when I watched that video, in those 20 shots, there were like 7 penalties which entered. But now outside those
penalties,
he scored like, I think, like 1 goal inside there. But well, he said his Chelsea career well. Now me, I'm thinking, if you're going to start a player today, the Premier League starts 17th. Right now, I think Pedro has the nod because of what he did, joining the team, scoring on your debut. But then Liam Delap probably scored more goals than Pedro, right? I'm not sure.
I think so. I think
Liam Delap must have scored more goals than
Joao
Pedro.
Pedro also got an injury last season, so he was out for some time. Then he later came back. But
so who would you pick?
Who would I pick? For me, I would pick Liam Delap to be my starter because I feel like Delap can do so many things. He can do so many things. He can hold up. He can dribble. He can use his body so well. Like I feel like he's more of a threat than Joao Pedro. Just that Joao Pedro now brings in this kind of Brazilian kind of flair in the game. And you even see the goals that he scores.
The goals scores beautiful, nice.
The goals they score are a bit different. If you look at Liam Delap's goals and Joao Pedro's goals are a little bit different.
Like a flair
so for me,
Brazilian...
the player I'm starting is Liam Delap. Because he has been in the league, he has been in a smaller side, and he has managed to score. Raising those goals
in Ipswich is not easy.
Not easy.
Not a small thing.
Bring Liam Delap, his connection with Palmer. He can score, he can assist. You saw the first game that he played in the Club World Cup, he assisted. So I would start Delap, but I feel like these are players who are almost at the same level.
True.
Like in Uganda, they set a racing and like this one is not miles away from this one. So one can play my first half and one can play my second half. Then, as we say, these are players who thrive on form. Even Joao Pedro himself, they thrive on form.
Yeah.
So I think it was wise for them to get both of them and not say that now that we have Delap, we are okay with Delap because Delap is going to come and ghost some of those games just like Palmer does. So on a day when Delap is not shining or he's not on his day, in the 55th minute, 60th minute, I can bring on Joao Pedro.
And he comes and works.
If it doesn't work, maybe I can twist it and play Palmer false nine and I bring on my other wingers because they're a team full of wingers. Tariq George, Neto.
George is the guy who looks like Saka, eh?
George is a very good left winger. He's very good actually. Just he's still young but whenever they give him the chance, you see that this guy is promising, especially Europa League. I watched some of his games and he puts in the work. So they have those wingers. They have Estevao now. If I can push Cole Palmer to play a false nine, I can have Estevao playing inside where Palmer plays. Then everything still works out. Now in the middle, they also have the players. They have Juice Barry Hall. They have Esugo now. They have Andre Santos who can now start. I have a feeling that Santos can actually start games for them.
He can.
They have Caicedo. Yeah, so that I think they have the players who can play. They have in every position. They have players there. Centre back Adarabio, Colwill, who they have the names there.
They have the names.
They have Chaloba is back. They have Reece James this side. They have Malo Gusto. They have Cucurella this side. They have the players.
They have that
even in goal, they have options.
In goal, they have Sanchez.
They have Sanchez. They have Joe Jensen. They have
Joe Jensen guy is a liar, by the way.
Yeah, but for some reason, people say that Joe Jensen is a better goalkeeper than Sanchez. Though Sanchez was there to prove to us against PSG. That, you know what? I'm here. That's why I'm the starter.
That Jensen guy. All the games I saw
for Chelsea
in Conference League.
For Chelsea, I think they should get that Xavi Simons deal done.
I think it will.
Because they need that player. Enzo is a person of my time. He has his times. There's a time before he divorced his wife where he wasn't playing well. Then after divorcing the wife,
he had a goal.
So Enzo is a guy, he's very good. But I think he needs proper competition to keep him on his toes. And the competitions are many. So when you bring in Xavi Simons who can play as a 10, who can play as an 8, the good work rate, shooting, he gives the team that proper that proper kind of thing on table, and like on paper
It's
we are
like
like
a
this.
balance,
And then you look at the bench and you're like, okay, now the game has refused. Whom can I bring on? Palmer can even move off and I bring Xavi Simons to play as our 10. And the game is going to play. And they have different styles of play. He's a bit harder. He will go into those tackles. So I think it's important that they get that deal done. And now they now have the numbers. I think they can now really compete. They can put up with this pedigree that they have attained after winning.
After winning, it gives them something. It gives them a confidence,
gives them something,
morale boost,
confidence booster to come and thrash PSG in the final means that you can come and beat anyone in the Premier
you
League.
Beat anybody,
you can beat anybody, honestly. They came and outplayed PSG. So let's see where they end next season. Oh, let's actually see how they start next season. I think they're going to play well.
Sure, I think.
The question comes to consistency. Can they? That's what they failed to do last season. Remember, they were in the title race.
They had a run of games where
they were in the title race. And whenever we asked them, are you in the title race? They said they were in the title race. And indeed, they were in the title race. It's like they knew it. But it came down to consistency. They just couldn't string 4 or 5 wins every time together. So it was down to consistency, which Arsenal also failed to achieve later on. So if you can be consistent, even if you don't lose, at least get a draw in a game. Don't accept to lose simple games. Don't lose to weak opponents. If you have to lose a game, lose it to Liverpool. And don't lose it twice. If you lose home, don't lose away. That's how you end up winning that league. Because it's fine margins. But if you come and draw at Fulham away, then you come and draw games at home, then you're not going to win that league. So I think Chelsea will do well. It will do better than it did last season.
But this is said that Cunha's sent a hat-trick last season, right?
Yeah, I think it was last season against
Chelsea guys can also tell lies. But
so I think the only area they haven't really addressed with a top signing has been the centre back. But they have names there.
But all their centre backs
they have a number of names.
Yeah, all of them.
But they have,
there's that kid they bought from Leicester who gets injured all the time. And they want to tell Colwill and remain with that kid. What's his name again?
Who's that kid from Leicester?
Fofana.
Oh, yeah, Fofana.
Very highly rated kid, but
what helps is that they have the numbers now. And with the numbers comes assurance that, these people can play. And now Chalobah is stepping up.
Chalobah is a solid. I think I'd pick him over any of those centre backs. Any of them.
Then they have Adarabio, they have Colwill. So I think they can play. They have Fofana. They can play. They can now compete, and they have the numbers. So I think Chelsea fans, I think you should don't talk a lot like the way you've been posting over.
But you know, Chelsea guys, the only advice I have for Chelsea guys is let's come up and be like we support our team. Because now if a Chelsea guy comes and takes you after they've won the trophy,
after they won, no.
Like you come and be like, it's me, I'm a Chelsea guy.
And they only post when they're winning.
When they're losing,
after them saying they're not in the title race, when they fell out of the title race, they stopped supporting the team. Please support your team the entire season. Give us something to think about. When you keep quiet, we don't remember about your team, and we don't focus on it to see where we can step in.
And now when you get to Chelsea, just the same advice we've given to Chelsea, we get to Man City. You guys come out and show us that you guys support your team.
I think we're moving to Man City next.
Because most of the Man City guys I know, they began supporting Man City when Man City was winning. That time when they used to win. But now when
last season, people are quiet.
Guys, you guys come up and support your teams. It's just a humble appeal. Support your team when they beat you. It's kawa. It's not a crime. Yeah. And now let's look in Man City. I think Man City has had an incredible transfer window as well.
Yeah, I think to me, I think City's transfer season has been the best.
True.
Like all other windows aside, like for other teams, I think City has done the best business. Though they had a very disappointing Club World Cup run. They came, played a few nice games, showed us that they are good. Then
when they beat Juve, I thought that now everything was because they looked Juve, they pinned Juve 90 minutes.
I think the problem with City, or the problem with Manchester City as a club, is partly the manager himself, Pep Guardiola.
You ever think,
he does so many things. A number of those games he would play different 11s. He plays a certain 11 on this game, plays another 11 on this game. So you're not going to win a competition like that when you cannot organize a team that is going to play together. Of course, his excuses were valid. That people are new. I'm trying to try out things here and there. But now you're going for the league. You're not trying out things. You've been with these people in preseason. You played Club World Cup. Play the team that is going to win the league from match day one. Play that team that you're trusting. Okay, you can change here and there, but I don't expect you to make 7 changes. No, there is no need for 7 changes. Let the people play the Champions League, okay. Let your other 11 play the Champions League. Then we know that, okay, this 11 is Premier League, this 11 is Champions League. Yeah. So that you have a bit of consistency. So I think what killed them the most was the selections, because the way they played Juve, so the way they played the first game against Wydad, was it Wydad?
Must have been
Wydad.
Eh.
You know the way they played their next
That's
game
right.
against that.
Did they play Al Hilal in the Gundi again?
No,
Al Hilal
they
was
played a certain team from Saudi Arabia. No, not Saudi Arabia, UAE. I think it's called this team that beat Al Nassr in their SCL the other season. The team that has skipping my head, but it was a team from UAE. So the way they played Wydad is the same way they played that team, and so the same way they played Juventus, and so the same way they played. So they kept on changing it, and it cost them. It has to cost you. You cannot keep on changing people. This game you start Tijani, the next game you start Gundogan. Like it kills you. So I think they had a decent season. They had a number of people coming in. They had I think for me the biggest signing was Ryan Chucky coming in at a very low like cost.
Money wasn't a lot, by the way. 50 was it 50?
It was 30. It was 30 million.
A lot of money.
So that was little money for a player who can play like Florian Wirtz. So for me, or even better. So that was a very big signing for them. Chucky had to go to Spurs, I think, the last window, but something happened and he didn't.
Spurs has its issues.
So Chucky coming in, they had Ryan Ednuri coming in.
I think for me, my signing for them is Ednuri.
Then another big sign, like, okay, there are signings on paper, then there are signings on ground. Now on paper, for me, Ryan Chucky was the best signing. But when it came to ground, I realized that Tijani Rangers was the best signing they had. Because he played deep most of the Club World Cup as a 6, but you could really see that he's exceptional.
In Rinders, I think, was it conference or something? He said, because you know they usually ask you, what position do you flourish in? So somehow he's a 6, but then he can play as if a number 10,
as number 10,
number 8.
But so like, he played a lot as a number 6.
Because when I was watching all AC Milan videos last season, like the guy shows you that he's a 6, but he's scoring goals. He's always in the box. So I think it's and now for them to lose like Rodri like that, and then you get a Rinders. I think somehow because they also bought that guy last season, is it Gonzalez or something?
Nico Gonzalez in January.
So now, interestingly, Fabrizio did that here. We go for Trafford. He's a player that
was yesterday. So
they sold off to Burnley, and then I think they triggered those Simaya return clauses or something.
Yeah.
So
I think their window has been decent. If you have Aidnuri coming in, you have Ryan Chucky coming in, you have Tijani Rangers coming in, you have James Trafford coming in. I want to talk about these new boys who came in January, but of course they found the boat already.
Yeah, the boat already.
They couldn't properly save it, but now they've had enough time. There's Kusanov came in from Lens. I think Kusanov's issue, there was something to do with. I read somewhere that he had a clause of play time.
Yeah, a number of games. Yeah,
if he played for a certain time and more than that time, they would have to pay a little bit more bonuses. So he played some games and all of a sudden he disappeared. City fans didn't see him again. And they saw him again in the Club World Cup. So I think there's something.
There's a thing.
So now that all those things out of question, he's now in the team. I think he's going to play. He's had his time to adapt. He had a very difficult debut game where he made an error.
Where was that again? Arsenal. Which
that
team
was against Chelsea.
Chelsea, where he cost them a goal.
Yeah, he cost them a goal. But though they won the game, but yeah. So I think now with Kusanov there, you have Nico Gonzalez, who looks like he wants to leave if those older players, Kovacic, Gundogan, do not leave. He feels like he's not going to get the play time. Which I think is not right, because I feel like Nico is going to play.
So now how do you vision that Man City side? Because remember, Rodri is back, but I think he's not yet ready to go.
He's not yet ready to go.
Because even the games I saw,
100%. Yeah.
In the games I saw, he was not
a bit slow and sluggish.
So now,
making a bit
so
of
now
mistakes.
the drama here, we have Nico. We have Rinders. Guardiola likes Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan.
There's Bernardo Silva.
There's Bernardo Silva, who has been made captain to much of City fans dislike. They're like, why are you making this guy captain?
It's just like a move to take him out of the club properly, without
like Robert,
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, like Kevin De Bruyne.
So you take him out, and
so
I'm thinking, where is he going?
People have been talking about we need departures. We need departures of Gundogan. Honestly, there's nowhere Gundogan is going to play
anymore. He can't.
He's not going to play as an attacking player. He's not going to play as a defensive player. We've found solutions for all of that in this window. So I think, in my opinion, I think Gundogan should be thinking about leaving the club at the moment. Same applies to Kovacic. I think Kovacic
I think by the time he comes from that injury, he should be contacting those Saudi guys, because There's no
I love
way.
the way you
Yeah.
always bring out Saudi when it
No,
comes
like
to
you
all
know,
the players.
one of these days when you're old, you should just have your agent working with Saudi.
So
Because you know Saudi is actually trying to promote football and all that.
Yeah.
I think they envision that when they buy all these players from Europe,
Mr.
the league,
Vamos and Saudi.
Saudi,
When you
you
start
need to be on
underperforming,
a phone call. I saw him in the gym the other day. You know those guys like to keep at
in the gym.
Simanya working
I'm
for next season.
working.
Like boss.
Yeah. So
Need
I
to
think
lock in.
with the departure of Grealish, who is also going to leave, I'm sure.
Standard, yes.
Grealish. McCarthy wants to leave.
I think he should go.
He should go. So if Gundogan can leave, McCarthy leaves, Grealish leaves, there will be some space there that will be filled up. But I think that the transfers have been okay for them. If this guy can line up a squad, not based on past legends and brotherhood and whatever and names. No, let him put out people who can actually play football. If he can line up his normal lineup and include the players who have to be there.
Remember what's up, Omar Mamouche?
There is Omar Mamouche, by the way, who's now going to start a new season. So I think if City can bring a lineup that has maybe in the middle and you play like Rodri and you play like Tijani Rangers and you play like Chucky or Foden, then on this wing you have I don't know what the City fans think, but I'm not a big fan of this Savinho. Savinho has his times when he plays well, but I still think that he needs more time on the sidelines to learn from the other players. He's not going to give you that output that you need. Maybe Doku will try because that's Doku this side,
electric,
competing with Mamouche for that role. Maybe Mamouche also.
Mamouche is also playing as a 10 one of these days and a 9. So it's.
But I think Savinho needs more time out, not as a starter, but as a player coming on. So if you can have maybe Foden playing that side, or Chucky playing that side, and you have Foden in the middle with Rangers and Rodri, then you're going to play better football than having to fix all the time and play Gundogan, Tijani, and Silva. You're not going to play. Those people cannot run like the way they used to run 5 years ago. But now you have younger players, you have more energetic players, you have players who can work. Play with those players, then have the normal backline as maybe Diaz, Vardiol, and Aït-Nouri this side. Then I think a position they need to fill is their right back. Their right back, they have been playing Matheus Nunes most of the time.
That right back position, I think they really need it.
They need a proper right back. There are games that you can play Nunes. Of course, when you're going to play Sunderland, you can start Nunes. But you're going to come and play Arsenal, and you have a person asking him questions all the time.
Try it.
You're playing Chelsea.
He actually fumbles when they
now you're playing Liverpool, and they're telling you have to get Ritz this time. Or now you're going against Ekitike, you're going against Gakpo.
Even Diaz, when he lands on you,
even Diaz, he's going to give you nightmares. Or Vinicius Junior. So you need a proper right back who's going to step in and do that work when the time comes here. So I think for City, that's one area they need to work on. Right back, I think they've done everything elsewhere. Now it's left for Guardiola to either make that team or break that team.
Their biggest problem right now would be Guardiola. He overcooks. I think whenever he's going to black, he has like a thing in his head. He's like, "Why now this one? Today, let me try this." Just like Arteta. You know, there's that season when Arsenal was pushing Man City. Arteta woke up one morning. He's like, maybe let's change the system. Let's play Jorginho.
Let's play Jorginho now.
I think Thomas Partey and his other guys were cooking already. So that's the same thing.
I think the regulars you need in that City side are Tijani Rangers and Chucky. Chucky needs to start
Chucky is a
bowler.
He
needs to start these games.
Bowler, ultimate bowler.
He needs to play these games. So I don't know how he'll play it around, but even when Rodri comes back, Rodri has to play. But in the meantime, when you don't have Rodri, I want Nico Gonzalez to come.
I think let's try Nico and Rinders and we see.
Nico can play these games. He didn't play poorly in the games he played, but he needs to know that he can actually start his games as a number 6. Whenever Rodri is absent or whenever Rodri cannot play the entire game because of his recovery, let Nico start those games and let's have Silva play more advanced than telling him to come and play his side, because there is a way he cost Portugal a certain goal against was it Spain? Yes, the Spain goal is Gonzalez. No, it was Silva. Silva. He makes those errors that ultimately.
I think Silva is too confident. I think now he's reached
that level whereby. So I feel like if we are to have Silva in the squad, let him play the right wing role. Let him be a bit forward. Don't put him this side into the mix, because he knows he can do the things, but he's a bit slow and complacent. So he's a good football player, but his time is up. I feel like if he's to play him advanced. Let the younger boys play. Let Nico, who can chase, play in the middle. Let Tijani, who can chase, play in the middle. let's give Chucky the freedom to play. Let Mamouche play from this side.
Mm.
If Mamouche doesn't start, play Doku this side, have Haaland. Whenever Haaland is not delivering, pull him out, put in someone else. Yeah, so I think it's about being more
But
practical.
now
I think you should pick a leaf from Maresca. When Maresca plays it out very fast, the
Eh,
moment he
if
realizes,
it refuses,
the moment it refuses like this, Reece James is already off and goes to his own at halftime. Like, that's how it should be. Don't wait for the 80th minute. That's something that Arteta learned from Pep. Making those subs late. What is someone going to do in 10 minutes, honestly?
nothing.
Make the subs early, be practical. Once something fails, once Savinho is wasting time, bring on
Take him
someone
out.
else. Once Doku has failed, bring someone else. Because you have the names, you have the bench, you
I
have
think
everybody.
Man City also has.
And
that
now with the
player.
arrival of Trafford, I expect Trafford to battle Ederson for that number one role. It's not going to take so long. I feel like Ederson is going to make his errors.
Is a mistake
By
away
October,
from
we'll have Trafford starting.
October might even
And I
be
think
far.
this means that either Ederson or Ortega is leaving, but chances are high that Ederson is going to leave to Saudi.
I think Guardiola is a fan of Ortega big time.
Yeah, I
That's
think
that he also looks forward to play him and
for me, Ortega is a better shot stopper than
he is
Ederson.
true.
Just that Ederson is better on the ball, but I'd rather have Ortega in my goal. Though Ortega also makes those.
He also has errors. I think.
But now that we have Trafford,
but I think
Trafford will-
Ortega's errors are because he doesn't play. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
you see Man United
it's-
second
yeah,
choice goalkeeper.
yeah, by India.
Voila.
By India isn't as bad as.
He isn't as bad as. But now when you get him and you
don't
put him
play-
on pressure, he'll do
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
And because when I watched him when he was in Turkey, he was a
yeah,
solid.
at Fenerbahce, he was playing well. And that's by the time United. By the way, one thing that people do not know is that by the time a team comes to sign you, these big teams, they've done their proper due
They've done
diligence.
work.
They don't just wake up. You people make a lot of noise, but they have a plan. So by the time they go to Turkey and get this guy, and not to Spain and not to where, then he's good enough.
About him.
He's good enough to play for them. Just that something just doesn't work out. But those players are normally good enough. And when they leave, let's say Baindi has left and gone to like mid-table team, maybe like Crystal Palace, you'll see him saving. And yeah.
So just to wrap this up, we've seen how the transfer window has gone and all that. So we have 3 teams that came back, right?
Yeah,
we have
Sunderland,
Leeds, and Burnley. I think over the past 2 seasons, these teams have been coming and going because the teams in the league don't want to be relegated. Just a quick one. Do you think one of these guys will stay in the league this time? Are they going to defy the odds and one of them stays? Or it's too early to call?
I think we need to see how they play. The biggest challenge the teams that have come in have faced is that there is a difference in quality of football. And they make it so clear. As opposed to those older seasons where we had like the West Broms, maybe 2018. All those older seasons where we're watching teams like maybe QPR. Those teams would come and put up a challenge. Like they would come, have their own style of play, very unique, come put up a challenge. They come and beat the big sides, come and cause upsets. But now, every team that comes wants to try to play
they won't play like how teams are playing.
So you're going to get outplayed. No, you're not going to come, even if it's Sunday League, you're not going to come and try to play like the best team in your Sunday League. No, they're going to beat you. They're going to beat you because they're better at it and they have better quality. So I think we need to see how they approach the league. Are they coming with the underdog mentality, or they're going to come and they're like, okay, now we are playing for something. We can get points out of games. We can try to play. So for me, out of the 3, I think the team that stands a chance the most to stay is Burnley. But that also depends on whether they can play, whether they can now believe that we are going to stay. Because we've had teams that have played poorly. Honestly, with the football that Spurs played, if there was any serious team, Spurs would get relegated.
True.
Even United itself deserved relegation.
It's supposed to get relegated with Spurs.
So just that the teams are totally off. And you could see that United kept on losing, Spurs kept on losing, but these guys were already cut off.
They knew what they wanted.
So that was so poor. So I think if they come in, play your game, sign a few players and make sure that the quality is... Don't allow that big gap of, I'm playing Wolves, but I cannot even score a goal. No, don't let that happen. If they try to work on... And we would have seen that by game 10, we would have seen that these guys are going back. It's not difficult to tell. You see their approach, you see their attitude. They cannot sign players in January. So it's gone by November. They're already relegated. We all knew Ipswich was going to go back.
We knew Ipswich before the year even
the year ended. So it's about the attitude that start. And a team that's going to stay, you see, like how the Nottingham Forest team came in. You could really say these guys are not going anywhere. That season when Leeds first came, that first game they played against Liverpool at 4-3, everyone knew that this team is not going back. And it didn't go back that season. So that was 2020, 2021. So it didn't go back. So you're sure that such a team You can see it by the first 2, 3 games, 4 games that these guys are going to try to fight to stay.
So, but me, I'm looking in on Sunderland. Sunderland is
Sunderland.
actually pushing Granit Xhaka to come back to the Premier League.
If they can get the signings, because the football is about the signings,
Hey.
the quality is about the signings. If you want to come and get points against Wolves, you need people like Xhaka.
Hey.
If you want to come and create a challenge against Chelsea, you need Xhaka in the middle.
Hey,
you need
first,
It's sad that they let Bellingham go, because Bellingham would have been a good
no, but
player.
Bellingham knew what. Me, I still believe Bellingham so that things were not going to be Kawa.
Yeah, but I think if they had kept like Bellingham, if you have a midfield of Xhaka, Bellingham,
Hey.
you can stay in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Why
you
wouldn't you stay? And yeah, so I think that is that.
And then finally, I remember you assuring your guys that you're going to give them who you think is going to be in the top guys and who is going to win the league. So please.
Yeah. So it comes down to this. So I think the thing about winning the league is consistency. Can you be consistent game in, game out? And consistency is built over time. You need to have a working system. And out of all the teams we have in the Premier League, there are about 2 or 3 teams that have a working system. And that is maybe Liverpool, Arsenal, and I'm going to say Chelsea.
Okay.
I'm going to say Chelsea because, yes, we've seen what they can do. They didn't really bring it out so well last season, but they have a system. We are waiting to see for what City will do this season. I'm not putting my money on City because it's a gamble. It's like betting.
True, it is.
So the team I'm backing for the league this season is Liverpool again. Why?
Standard.
They have their team. The team that played last season hasn't left. It's still around. They've worked around this. They're bringing in new players. The new players, don't expect all these players to enter and start playing. No. The KKs, the who. No, these guys are going to come in. Don't be surprised if Robertson is still starting. Don't be surprised if this young kid, this young right back, who deputized for Trent, that very solid right back.
What's his name again? That Scottish guy.
The Scottish kid. Don't be surprised if. Don't
Bradley.
Bradley. Bradley. Connor Bradley.
Connor Bradley. Yeah.
Don't be surprised if his first team, his first starting lineup in the league is all the old boys guys, except one person. Don't be surprised. Like maybe Ritz or a forward. Ritz may even start from the bench. So don't be surprised. Because they have the team, it's already there. It can already beat you. The team that they used last season can already beat you. It's sad that Jota died, but that team could already beat you even without signing anybody. So they have that team. It's just a matter of integrating a few new players into an already working system. So I'm backing them to win the league again, with my top 4 being Liverpool in first place. My second place, I'm going for City. City because it's City and it has signed the players.
Yeah.
Third place, I'm giving it to Arsenal.
Arsenal, of course.
Arsenal, you have everything that it takes to win the league. But I don't think you'll get over the line. I think City and Liverpool will come, beat you, and when they beat you, they'll stop you. Those points that they're going to beat you by when they're facing you are going to be the difference between you winning the trophy and you not winning it. Those 6 points or something. Yeah. Then so in third position, I'm giving it to Arsenal. Fourth position, I'm going again for Chelsea. Then in fifth, I'm going to have. It's going to be. I want to think United is going to play better this season. Not as bad as number 16, but also not as good as top 4. I'm going to give fifth to possibly Newcastle again. If they manage to sign Sesko and he comes in and they capitalize from the players they have, Sesko, then and all those. So number 6, I'll give it to United. Then I'll have Spurs coming in as number 7 and I will stop at number 7. So I'm giving United a benefit of doubt if they actually get the signings I've told you about: a DM, center forward. DM, very important, center forward. If they don't get a DM and maybe they get a center forward and another winger, attacking players, maybe still. But if they don't sign those players, even 6 is going to be too high for United. But if they can get those players, they can possibly jump back into the Europa places as they build something that can win them the league maybe 26, 27. So because I don't expect United to come and win the league immediately.
Cannot.
Yeah, so they need a season or 2. But they can give you good football. If they sign these players, they're going to give you entertaining football, end-to-end games. You come and play City and it's down to the line, play Liverpool. Yeah, and since you're out of Europe for this season, it's going to focus. I think it's going to do you good. It's going to do you good in terms of getting results. So that's my top 4. That's my winner, and that's my prediction for the top teams in the league.
So me, I don't really differ from your top 4 because it's Liverpool. I don't even want to overgo far from what they're going to cook because just like you said.
It has already.
You're already looking at guy found a team that was not the way he wanted it. Just the same team.
Same team.
improved some of
Organize
their
a few
players.
things.
Gravenberch you can't play against him anymore. Brought in new players. It's just a matter of him adjusting them, and then they play. Man City as well is going to be scary. Arsenal number 3, Chelsea number 4. Me, Man U, I think where does Conference League? Where do they stop?
I think the 7th person can get Conference League. That's if nobody else has qualified. You know those things of.
So me, I think Man United.
But I think United being United, you can scoop a trophy next season. You can scoop that FA. You can scoop a
maybe
Carabao.
the FAs.
You can scoop a thing because you almost scoop the Europa League given at your worst. So United will. My prediction is United is going to scoop a trophy, provided it gets those signings. But I don't see it doing well in the league again because the league demands consistency. The league demands quality, which United doesn't have a lot. And it cannot change the fact that it doesn't have quality. Like you can't go from the quality it has of like 50% to 100. It can't. So it needs time. So I think United can scoop a trophy, but it won't go so high in the league.
I think Man United, number 7.
Number 7, number 6,
they can get next season. The best. Because I don't really think, just like you said, some of these players want to leave the club like that.
They don't want to
now
leave the
a
club.
team that wants to cook has to do exit entry.
Exit entry. So, unless they're going to have a power signing in this August, and they also go out in January and again power money as they release a few players. Maybe then you can even see them in the top 4. You know how football is dynamic.
Maybe there we can.
But right realistically, because we are basing on this window, no, United doesn't make top 4, doesn't make top 5. Best it can do is top 6.
Maybe 7. I'll start from 7 there. So it's been nice having you on set.
Yeah, it's been nice.
I think now we can now get them and go and work on that sign-on fee and see how to marinate it. But again, we were shooting from the cool breeze of Calebas Bar, Restaurant, Grill, and Lodge in Chanja here. Get some time and come to chill with friends. Get the nice breeze as you can see how it is. And then, of course, don't forget to, for your medical guy, Cardiff Medical Services, Medical Center, Chanja. Everything of mine these days happens in Chanja, yeah? For most of you guys that are looking for stuff, Cardiff, it's just come on Boga Road there after Kodi. You'll just find Dr. Joshman there to get all your medical needs sorted. I think if you're looking for like a personal doctor, that's your guy. I think there's nothing else that we'll dissect for you guys, but we'll just like to thank you guys for staying tuned in, staying locked in. And as we continue maybe to journey in the football thing, tell us what you think about the episodes. Tell us what you think we can improve. Tell us if you want to come through, if you want us to speak Luganda. I'm actually taking Luganda lessons recently. So anytime now, if I open for you an episode in Luganda, don't be left in shock and all that. But at the end of the day, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we want this content to move. We want to, next time we want to be doing Sky Sports interviews. We want to get those Wainunis, those Jamie Carragers that go and said they were playing uncoordinated ballo, and now they're foxing guys on screen. We want to be those guys that there. So it's been nice. It's been real. Vamos, we'll go again.